you doing that week? Do you remember? Did you exist? I existed. In 1981, I was probably spending my summer hanging out at the pool. But this is like, I guess, sort of a commemorative edition of TV Guide, because if you were around in 1981, you might remember that was the week that Lady Diana married Prince Charles. And, oh, before we go any further, let me get my chewing gum, because, hello, I gotta have some chewing gum, right? I'm almost out. You can see I've only got a few pieces left, so getting more chewing gum is going to be at the top of my to-do list this week. Okay. So, back to Lady Di and Prince Charles. They were married, I think, on the 29th. I did look it up. That was a Wednesday morning. And I remember my grandmother and my mother talking about watching the wedding. But I could not have cared less. I was too young to care. Big deal. Even to this day, I don't really care about famous weddings. Like, who cares? People get married. So, anyway, I thought it would be fun to do a flip through and look through the ads, you know. I like going through old vintage magazines anyway. But I also thought it would be fun to kind of see what's playing on TV. The sitcoms, the movies, and just kind of like throw back to better times, because the 80s were great. Okay. And the spine of this magazine is somewhat compromised, so I'm gonna have to be like folding the pages back to some extent. Otherwise, I'm worried it's gonna fall apart. It might fall apart anyway. Okay, so ads for cigarettes were, of course, popular in the 80s. And in this ad, it looks like this guy is giving her a flower, and she's holding a cigarette in one hand. And it says, "It's more you." So I guess he thinks the flower is more her than a cigarette. Is that the message here? I don't know. Over here we've got Mork from Ork. Mork and Mindy was very big in the 80s. My brother used to watch it. And this actor's name is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. And I have no idea what this is. But there are articles here. And I'm not going to be reading the articles. I already skimmed through them. Alright, so this is a big article on never smoked. And I don't think I smoked Kents either. I do remember Terrytons, but I couldn't tell you anything about them, if they were good or not. This was a famous actress, I guess. Sonia Petrovna. Oh, she was a dancer. This reminds me so much of what sleepovers were like in the 80s when I was little. And Bell System, which, you know, that was the company that owned all of the landlines. I think they eventually became Southern Bell. But that was their slogan. Reach out and touch someone. I can actually hear the song in my head right now, but slumber parties during the 80s. I had very many. And we would basically act like this. We would get on the phone and like call guys we liked. And or we'd get one of our friends to, and we'd giggle about it and then hang up when we got embarrassed. And there may have been some prank calling in there too. You'd pick a name out of the phone book and just call them and say, oh, excuse me, is your refrigerator running? And they'd say, yes. And then you'd say, well, you better go catch it. Really, like, cringy kind of stuff. Okay, so we've got some sitcom scenes here. This is from Mary Tyler Moore. Of course, Happy Days, which I loved Happy Days. This is Morgan Mindy. This was from Taxi. I liked Taxi, but I was a lot older when I was watching it. And I'm not sure what this is from. Let's see. Taxi. I guess he's from The Odd Couple. Right. So, apparently TV guides are still around, which I think is kind of interesting because so many people have subscription channels, and you know, you can even turn on your TV and see what's playing at any given time. But anyway, Newports. Newports are another brand of cigarette that I tried because they are menthol, and I like was like a manager. And he was going to leave because they were laying off and closing stores. Piggly Wiggly is still around. Big Star. Oh, we used to shop at Big Star. That was a grocery store. I don't think they're still around. Winn-Dixie might still be around. Woolworths, I don't know. A&P. I think A&P is now a restaurant. Woolco. A lot of these names are familiar to me, but I don't think they're still open. I never heard of National. And I never heard of Tip Top. And these might be regional to wherever. Like this TV guide was originally like sold. I don't remember what state. Let's see. I tried to block it out. I marked out the state. I don't know why, but just to respect people's privacy if there's still family living there, whatever. But anyway, yeah. So maybe these are just in whatever state the TV guide was sold in. I don't know. All right, articles upon articles. Activision. That was like video games. I think they were sort of like a manufacturer of video games back in the day. When Ataris were still around. Has anyone heard of Atari? That was what we played when we were little. And if you had an Atari, all of the neighborhood kids wanted to be at your house playing video games. And of course, drag racing, like race cars, that was really popular. I guess it was in the 90s when Mario Kart came out. Late 80s, early 90s, something like that. Okay, so alright, we have the royal wedding guide here. So this lovely picture of Lady Diana and Prince Charles. So they got married on Wednesday morning amid royal pomp and ceremony. And of course they would broadcast live from London. Let's see if they got married Wednesday morning. That would be like the middle of the night, Tuesday night, I think. Because if I'm not mistaken, they're like 5 or 6 hours ahead in London. Or maybe they're 5 or 6 hours behind, I don't remember. At least East Coast. West Coast it would be totally different, but shirt sleeves or something. And they were always kissing their muscles. They were kind of like, you know, that sort of had this bad boy image, kind of like the Fonz on Happy Days. I don't know. Incredible Hulk. Hee-haw. So, a lot of repeats of the same show at different times. Saluting Perry County, USA. Okay. A regional ad. I don't know where this is. I'm getting a very Midwest vibe here, though, somehow. Okay, the Love Boat. I remember the Love Boat coming on every Saturday night, 8 p.m. And then after the Love Boat was Fantasy Island. And when I was really young, 9 o'clock was pretty much very close to my bedtime, especially on Saturday night because we had to get up and go to church the next morning. BJ and the Bear. I can't remember if that was a movie or a TV show, but I remember the name. Yep. There's Fantasy Island. Let's see what this episode was about. A journalist, Pamela Franklin, arrives to visit a former matinee idol, David Edison. Two backwoods clans vie for the recipe of the ultimate moonshine liquor. Sounds riveting. Tracy Nelson, Ronnie Montrose. I don't know if they were ever famous. Alright, now we're getting into the late night television. Dance Fever. Saturday Night Live, which I didn't really start paying attention to that until I was in college. Okay, let's see. Shanana again. Wrestling. Bunch of movies. Our Island. Lady of Burlesque. Dance Fever again. Soul Train. The Adventures of Nellie Bly. The Legacy. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Oh, that's classic book, as I recall. Taking a look at the Sunday morning lineup. Of course, there's going to be a lot of religious shows. Jimmy Swaggart, World Tomorrow, Liberty, James Robeson, church services. Wow. So people like watching all of these church things if they can't actually go to church to alleviate their guilt for the partying they did the night before, I guess. Jim Baker. Here's an interesting story. Jim Baker and his wife, Tammy Faye. Some of you may remember all of the scandalous stuff they did. I think they stole money or embezzled, but he did some time in jail. But he is from North Carolina. My mother and grandmother loved watching them, Tammy Faye and Jim Baker. And the first house that I bought with my ex-husband was right outside of Charlotte, and apparently I was told by the previous very small private ceremony, and so, yeah, so I used to go around telling everybody, oh, Jim Baker's been to my house before. I think over time, after he was arrested, that probably lost its appeal, but anyway. I remember Sunday afternoons just having, like, movies, westerns, and there was a show that used to come on. I could watch it when we got home from church. I think it was called Emergency 911 or Rescue 911 or something. Basically, like, a show about paramedics saving people, rescuing people from dangerous situations. Okay. Julia Child. I don't think I ever watched Julia Child. Mary Tyler Moore. What else is here? Anything interesting? Nothing really all that interesting. Oh, Good Times. Good Times was probably my all-time favorite childhood show. That and the Brady Bunch and Different Strokes. Amazing Animals, Disney's Wonderful World, 60 Minutes. A show called Here's to Your Health. And an ad talking about what will go wrong with Social Security. So even back then, people were worried about Social Security. Oh, Chips. I remember Chips. Everybody had a crush on Eric Estrada, who played Punch. But I actually liked John, who was played by Larry Wilcox. I always crushed on I wouldn't say the underdog, but the less popular. And then there was Archie Bunker's Place, which was canceled, I think, literally and metaphorically. The guy was a flaming racist. The character was. I don't know if he was in real life. Let's see. I'm gonna scoot along here. We'll never get through the week. I apologize too if y'all are hearing any kind of background noise. This is like a curse that I have. I may have mentioned it. Everybody and his brother is outside, working on their car. My upstairs neighbor is walking around, and you can hear, like, if she turns the water on to take a shower or whatever, you can hear, like, all these noises outside. Alright, let's see. Oh, Alice, do y'all remember that show? Mel and Vera. Belle, Henry, Chuck, Earl, and then a cop. Evening at Bob's. Mission Impossible and the Jeffersons. haven't seen in here. Maybe I've skimmed it quickly, but I don't remember seeing Golden Girls. I don't think that was out in 81. I think that came out in, gosh, I should know. I did a magazine flip on the Golden Girls this summer. I'll link to it in the description in case anyone wants to watch it, but I loved the Golden Girls. But yeah, I think that must have started like in 86 or 87 maybe. 85, I don't know. Alright, we've got Bewitched. Art Johnson plays Samantha's protective cousin Edgar. On the Brady Bunch, Jan learns a lesson about practical joking. I remember that. She was driving her whole family crazy playing jokes. She was the only one who thought they were funny. cigarette industry was just booming.